Hello and welcome to JL Season 16A Round 4 here at Istanbul Park for the Turkish. J-Prix will be starting off, of course, with the typical 3 laps of qualifying here today. And who will start off on pole position? My money, I'd say, would be on Pan. He's shown very solid pace around this track in practice, but can't discount other drivers such as Krostanet or Batuko, or perhaps a surprise, or maybe Sujuk. Of course, can't discount Sujuk. Let's take I'm gonna take a look at the standings right now. Sujuk is leading the championship, only 3 points ahead of Pan, who in turn is a point ahead of Batuko. So those three are fighting for it, and it's VZS and Batuko on tied provisional pole of 34.47. VZS, he is wild in these qualifyings. He got a tied pole with Banana Boy in AL, and he's improved on that time by 2/10 nearly now. And Batuko, of course, tied with him. Krostanet in third. Pan in fourth will be looking to improve on his time. I'm sure he can go faster than that. We'll have to see here as he crosses the line. It is a 43. Alexei Drozdov, 27. And that's a Rickard Supernova 1-2 as it stands. But will we see another change at the top for the final lap of qualifying here? What a lap from Alexei Drozdov. 34.27. I'm sure someone can hit a 34.1. Or maybe the pressure might have gotten to them. Bana up in 6th and Glow in 7th with a .55. It's his debut weekend. And here we go across the line for the final lap. Will we see any improvement? It's Krostanet with a sub 34 time in JL. And he's on pole position. And he has pipped the RSRs to that pole position, a 34.90. It is an RSR 2-3 in quali. Still an incredible performance from Alexei and Pan. Pan also improved to a .30. Great job there. Sujuk in 4th with a .43. VZS and Batuko tied for 5th, .47 for both of them. Bana in 7th, then Glow Suicide starting from 9th. Ferry 10th, Kaczynski 11th, Skibidi 12th, Go 14, an independent driver in 13th, Sunday driver 14th, Game on Goose for Elysian in 15th, Andre, our third and final independent driver in 16th, Despacito in 17th, and Mr. Crunk will be starting from 18th position. That's your qualifying, and we've got 24 laps ahead of us and rain here at the Istanbul Park. Here we go then, 24 laps ahead of us, cloudy weather as it stands. We've got the 2 RSR starting the hards, Krostanet on the softs. We've got some medium runners, mostly hards I'm seeing here, and the only other soft runners are Ferry and Kaczynski. And here we go, Pan down the inside of Krostanet does distract Krostanet from his usual racing line. Now he's on the inside here on those hard tires. Round the outside goes Krostanet, retains the lead. The 2 RSRs chasing him down. It's Sujuk in 4th, and VZS leading Batuko, Suicide, Bana, and Glow. Oh, bit of commotion there. Pan still looking to hold on to that lead. Krostanet is on his outside. VZS trying to sneak down the inside. Oh, forces Krostanet off. Gets forced off by Pan, who also goes wide. Sujuk is into the lead for all that chaos. And Batuko in 2nd. VZS now going wide. Alexei right behind him. Batuko down the inside of Sujuk. Around the outside. Now VZS and Alexei also fighting with them. Oh, I think that's a bit of a rocket, but nobody goes off the track, thankfully. Batuko out in the lead. Oh, now maybe a bit of squeeze there on the inside. Alexei goes down the inside of Batuko. Somehow both of them avoid grass. Now he's fighting with Sujuk for 2nd. Pan and Krostanet are still within this fight. Alexei, Sujuk. Oh, Batuko, smart move. Same from VZS as the rest of the field disappear in the distance. It's Batuko and VZS in the top 2. And if they just drive this smartly, and Batuko is driving this smartly, VZS with a mistake. Batuko is out, a 2nd in the lead. VZS leading a death pack of Ferry. Suicide is up here, and Ferry, and Go 14. What has happened in the back? Holy shit, voice crack. Pan fighting Sujuk and Go 14 for 8th position. VZS still leading this pack on the hard tires. Ferry will be looking to make a move. Alexi unable to give him the space in order to perform it. Suicide now fighting him as well. Crossed the net. Not too far behind. Sujuk catches up to the back of him. Ferry with a mistake. Crossed the net is past him. Alexi and VZS both with mistakes. Maybe one of them forced the other one off. I did not see it. Crossed the net. Ferry. Sujuk. And now crossing with a mistake, Sujuk flies through into third, and Suicide in second, by the way. He's also ran away from the pack, and what a race this is turning out to be. Ferry now fighting for third with Sujuk. He's got the subs, crossing it down the inside, and Ferry makes a mistake as a result of that late attack. Sujuk and Crossnet profit off of it. And now they're third and fourth and running away from the pack. Panel, Alexi and VZS and Glow, and it's all chaos. All chaos here in JL. Probably one of the most chaotic JL races I've seen, as Suicide caught up to by Cross the Net, and Sujuk crossed the net now on the soft tires, takes over second. But Tuchel's got a lead of 3.5 seconds. He is in a race of his own. Sujuk, Suicide and Cross the Net still in this pack for second. Ferry looking to detach himself from the death pack behind and try to catch the pack up ahead as the softs slowly wear down. Kaczynski's in this pack on those worn soft tires. Alexi forced into the grass, nudge into Sunday driver. Pan Glow is up in 6th in his JL race debut. Ferry unable to run away too significantly, as Suicide and Sujuk and Trustnet are still struggling to keep up the pace together in this pack. It's good enough to keep them away from the death pack, not good enough to make major inroads on Batuko. And they've just attached quite a bit. Sujuk barely in Suicide Slip, I think, and Crossnet completely out of it, as the softs are now starting to approach their pit window. Ferry looking to catch up. Glow goes wide. Pan now looking for the move round the outside. Glow's got more speed, leaves some space on the inside for Pan. Very nice, clean driving there from Glow. And Pan is out ahead of him. Glow is looking for the move. Backs out of it. Pan doesn't want to fight there. And yeah, it's just the two of them. And Croston and Ferry and Kaczynski into the pits. All of the soft runners. And I think all of them onto mediums except Kaczynski paying for another self-soft. Oh, Glow deep into the grass. Wasn't paying attention. But Bana, Sunday Driver, Go 14, VZS are back there. Cross the net has pitted out into 11th, and that's the problem with starting in the softs for you, is going to be the traffic. As clouds come as well, it might also be rain, as Croston makes his way past VZS now, looking to make his way past Sunday Driver and Bana, all the drivers ahead of him, at least the 5 drivers ahead of him at the moment, other than the medium runners in the podium. They are all on hard tires, so Croston's got the tire wear advantage, tire pace advantage. Not sure what happened there. I think his trailer rammed Sunday Driver, while Croston was, of course, side by side on RPOV. And we are going to have light rain, and the way the drivers are going to react to this is going to tell us which of them are going to profit. Batuko is straight into the pit, so is Sujuk, and I think that's smart. They're both on very worn tires. Batuko out onto the enters, so is Sujuk. Go 14 is out of the race, and it's going to be heavy rain, but Pan still picks the enters. Suicide out on the wet. Bana, Alexi Drozdov, Croston at VZS. Glow all onto the wet tires. Was with Ferry, he's out on medium tires, and that was not the right choice, but he does have more. He does have fresher tires. I think he tried to risk it here. This is not a track where you can risk staying out, unfortunately, as some of us learned throughout the week of practice. And we're going to have clouds, so it's going to go back to enters conditions. It is enters conditions as it stands, unless that heavy rain stays around long enough to make it wet conditions. Currently it is enter conditions out on the track. Ferry is finally into the pits, and he's down into 9. He's down into 10th, 11th, 12th position on those wet tires. So yeah, you cannot afford to stay out on this track. The turns are too difficult. The turns are too twisty. Batuko is out 4 seconds in the lead. The fastest lap of the race, Sun, is coming soon. The track will be completely into conditions. That is great news for Batuko, great news for Sujuk, and great news for Pan, but not at the current moment. He dropped down from 4th to 5th behind Krustanet. He's looking to make his way past Krustanet, past Suicide, looking for the inside line on turn 1, unable to get enough traction to get past Krustanet out of it. Now for the chicanes, all of them going pretty safe. A free wide into the next turn. Pan with the switchback on Krustanet. Again, unable to get enough traction on it though, and also has to go wide on turn 8, loses out a bit. They're all within slip. Krustanet makes a small error, and Pan is through past him, now looking to make his move past Suicide. He's going for it on a hairpin, very risky. Suicide setting it to grass. Pan has to slow down. Oh, Glow could have made his way past there if he was afforded a bit more space, but he didn't. It's Pan out in the lead of this pack. Suicide right behind them, looking to just keep on the slip. Glow and Krustanet actually out of the slip as Alexi looks to catch up to the back of them. VZS is out on hard tires. Did he pit early for dries? That's very weird choice, but now they're starting to work. And we've got the front runners pitting onto dry tires. It's hard to the end. That is probably the optimal strategy for everyone at the current moment. Even lap 13, 11 lap hards, 10 lap hards, it is simply the optimal strategy here to finish off the race. Kaczynski onto 11 lap mediums? Jesus. We'll have to see if that works out for him. Maybe if the rain comes back and he has to pit before, he can utilize those medium tires. As it stands, Batuko out. His gap has shrunk a little bit to Sujuk, who's giving us good pace. But that gap is still just too big, I think, to really change. A bigger gap is between Pan and Sujuk. And good reminder here, the podium is also the current podium in the JL Drivers' Championship. So this is definitely going to be a close fight, not only today, but also at the season finale next week at St. Aria. Batuko currently in the lead. He would move up to the first place ahead of Sujuk, and then Pan would be in third as it stands, I believe. Sujuk now has the fastest lap. He's hit a 34.60 despite Batuko hitting a 34.70, which was his fastest lap of the race thus far. Only a 10th slower. So both of them with some great pace here. And both of them will have to keep their nerves steady and keep their pace as good as possible. It's a 35.4 from Batuko. It's a 35.13 from Sujuk. He gains 3/10 on that lap. Krustanet, Glow, and Suicide fighting for 4th now. Escaped. They've escaped. Well, Pan's escaped them actually, but they have escaped the clutches of that Tef pack we saw before. Glow maybe looking for some move on Krustanet down the inside. No, chill, very calm. Around the outside of turn 8, Suicide has lost him. Oh, down the inside. Oh, what a switch there from Glow. Looking to, really careful there not to force Krustanet off on that difficult chicane. And does make a mistake himself as a result. But both of them still side by side. And again, just incredible clean driving attempts from Glow on his debut. Despite the time it may lose him, he's still focusing more on that. And that's got to be admired, it's got to be respected. I think his trailer might have bumped Krustanet a bit, forced his racing line to screw her up there. They're still within slip together. They are, however, losing time to Pan up ahead, who has the fastest lap of the race now at 34.58. He's also looking to try and outpace the two at the front. It might be too big a gap to bridge, but he is going to try his best. And I mean, considering this lap, let's see, Batuko at 35.35, Sujuk 5/10 slower, and Pan 9/10 faster than Sujuk. He's definitely got very good pace, and he's just gotten unlucky with that start, with that commotion, that chaos, unable to escape, unlike Batuko and Sajuk. Crossnet and Glow still fighting for 4th. Suicide, let's take a look down the field. Alexi in 7th will probably not be very happy with that, considering he qualified 2nd. But again, also same as Pan, very unlucky. The chaos and commotion probably involved in a few incidents there. And well, 35.10 from him. Good. Oh, makes a mistake on turn 2. Kaczynski is trying to chase him down. He's on the mediums, and those mediums will be very difficult to take to the end. 11 laps. Ferry in 9th, ahead of this small pack of Bana, VZS, and Sunday Driver. Low AL pack here. VZS down the inside of Bana. Bana lets him through because he's looking for a better... Oh, we've got light rain coming. And what does that mean? Pan is going for it, of course. When the drivers ahead don't pit and the rain is coming, you've got to do the opposite. And when they pit, you've got to do the opposite, and that gives you the best chance to fight them. Of course, it can backfire. He can maybe have done the wrong call, and the sun is coming out, and unfortunately, it appears that way, that he's done the wrong call. But it was better to have tried than to have changed nothing at all. And Batuko out in the lead, just drifting his way through Sajuk as well. Both of them looking to drive very carefully. As Pan is still looking to make as much inroads as he can, and the rain is unfortunately gone. Was unable to make much inroads. I think best in his interest to stay out on the inters now. Otherwise, he will lose. He will lose the position to Suicide. And it's probably the same with the drivers. Cruston and Glow both pitted for the inters. And Suicide is now out on dry tires. Cruston is going for it. And the rain is coming back. So Suicide now finds himself in big trouble with retaining that P4. Ferry. Oh, Ferry, the most unlucky of them all. He's got 5 stops to his name. He probably pitted for rain. He's pitted for dries again. And now the rain's coming back. But will Pan be able to make the inroads in less than 2 laps remaining? I think the gap is... it's not even conceivable. However, Crossnet and Glow looking to get past Suicide here. Suicide very unlucky, but will hopefully try and retain P6 here if he drives carefully. As Alexi Drozdov is 7 seconds behind. So it's got to be careful here. Those hards are worn. That checkpoint at the end really helps with the final hairpin, especially if you're on the wrong tires. But Tuko and Sajuk just drifting to the end. And Suicide's doing the same. And that gap... oh, big mistake. That gap between him and Alexi is shrinking. Oh, it's shrinking rapidly. But Tuko crosses the line to win the Turkish J-Prix. He ran away. He saw his moment. He took it. Amazing and dominant victory, and Sajuk in second, 8 seconds behind. Pan only 2 seconds behind Sajuk in the end after the rain came back. Glow takes 4th in his JL debut. Crustanet in 5th. Suicide manages to hold off Alexi to take 6th. Alexi in 7th. Kaczynski takes 8th in the end. Slows down at the finish line. Ferry. And I think Bana went deep on the inside of the hairpin there, and Ferry takes 9th. Bana in 10th. VZS versus Mr. Crunk, and Mr. Crunk... no! VZS by 100 takes 11th. Mr. Crunk in 12th. Sunday Driver in 13th. Despacito in 14th. Gus in 15th. Andre in 16th. And Go14, I believe, our only DNF, down in 17th. Fastest lap of the race in the end went to Pan with that 34.58 on the hard tires. But ultimately, Batuko, our winner today, just managed to run away from that pack, hold off the pack, keep that gap steady, and just drive calmly to the end. Even when the rain was threatening to screw it all up, he's managed to just keep calm. Sajuk, same with him, managed to run away a bit later. Fortunately, too late to catch up to Batuko, but he's also managed to keep himself steady and finish in second. Pan, probably, you could argue, had the fastest pace of the three, but in the end, was unable to escape the pack like the two ahead of him. And in the end, that decided the podium order. Batuko will most certainly be moving up, I feel, to the championship lead now. Suzuki in second and Japan in third. But mere so little points separating the three of them. They'll all be decided in the same area. This was the Turkish J-Prix. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week for the aforementioned track for the Japanese J-Prix.